This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Derek Barnett possibly traded. Also, Jordan Davis is questionable for Sunday's game, and AJ Brown. AJ Brown seemed like he dissing the Tennessee Titans a little bit, but let's get straight into it. All right, so before we talk about the topics today, I meant to talk about this yesterday. I seen some of my fellow content creators talk about this. Eli Ritz and Sidney Brown basically working in the slot. I like it. I like it a lot that the Eagles are trying to work them in because those two are too good just to have bench riding, especially when you have a void at the slot corner position. Josiah Scott is not your permanent guy. Bradley Roby, he's an older guy and currently hurt. But Sidney Brown and Eli Ritz can do that position. Eli Ritz showed he can get physical and he stuck with Tyreek Hill. Sidney Brown's another guy that can get physical. He's a speedster as well, so he's able to keep up with those shifty type guys. So I like that the Eagles are working them in. But I will say this: if Eli Ritz was to succeed in that slot position as a cornerback, I believe he changed the cornerback or at least the slot cornerback for a lot of other teams as well. Maybe other teams will start looking at slot cornerbacks differently because slot cornerbacks have like this stereotype. You have to be 5'8" and fast and can keep up with shifty guys. But for 6'2" physical or 6'1" physical type corner can keep up with those guys, I mean, he might change the game because now you think you have two solidified outside guys and you got a bigger guy in the slot. It's going to be really hard for teams to get off their passing play, especially with a D line like ours anyway, because we're going to go get the quarterback. So if Eli Ritz is very successful in that position, man, I'm telling you, man, a lot of things will change in that slot corner position. And mind you, forget all what I'm talking about. Isaiah Rodgers that we got from the Colts, and then he's going to step into this. Man, our defensive backs are good. They definitely good for the future. Now, let's get into the topics today. All right, so let's talk about A.J. Brown. Let's just get into A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown has some wise words for Kevin Byard. We know both of them was in Tennessee together. They called Kevin Byard the mayor. A.J. Brown really looked up to Kevin Byard, especially his leadership. But this is what A.J. Brown had to say to Kevin Byard once he came to Philly. He said, "You're a winner now. You're a winner now. Things are done differently around here, but enjoy it and just get up to speed. He's a great player. He won't have any trouble." It's that he's a winner now. So what he was saying about Tennessee Titans, losing organization, what is he saying about them? You know, it was a shot. It was a shot at the Tennessee Titans. I believe A.J. Brown is still mad because all they had to do is simply pay him. And I believe the Tennessee Titans are still afloat if they pay A.J. Brown, but they ain't think he was worth the $25 million a year. The Eagles did, valued him, and we brought in a bunch of other pieces, or we already had a bunch of other pieces. Tennessee Titans was too cheap, thinking Derrick Henry was everything. Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, and it just didn't work. You just can't simply replace an A.J. Brown. So, again, I get why A.J. Brown is throwing shots. To me, I don't even think it's at the coach. I think it's at more the upper management and probably the ownership. But A.J. Brown definitely throwing the shot. I'm actually mad. So the Eagles got a press conference page, and they didn't put him saying that in his press conference. That's why I don't like. I like when the reporters used to record it, but now they do it for this YouTube page. It took the realness out of the interviews if they're going to edit and cut things out. Like, that's something I would want him to say on camera. We get a recording of it, but unfortunately they cut it out. But luckily the reporters tweeted it out, so we know A.J. Brown really said that. It is what it is. Is it a shot at Tennessee? I believe so. But they traded him away. This is not He's not Kevin Byers' age. He was what, 24. Like he had a future ahead of him. Like Tennessee, man, y'all crazy, bro. All right, so let's get into this next topic of Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce is once again talking about retirement. I think it's real this time. I think it's real this time. This is not one of those he's going back and forth with it. I think he's done after this year. You know, he believes this is the year they can go get the Super Bowl. And if we don't get it, I believe he'll be happy with his career. Well, he's in his 13th, 14th season, got a Super Bowl, went to two, lost one, still a top four center in the league. What never really hurt, or at least stayed out long term. He got one of the longest active streaks in the NFL of playing multiple games straight. Jason Kelce is a legend, man. He's a legend, but I think this is the time he might actually retire. It pains me to say that, but I think this time he's going to retire, and I think Cam Jurgens is going to be the guy who will be the perfect guy to replace Jason Kelce. But Jason Kelce is a legend. That's why we got to go get one, man. Jason Kelce, older guy, he's not going to just stick around, don't believe this team could get one. He really legit believes this team could get one. But again, if we don't, I think he's still out. I think he's still going to leave the Philadelphia Eagles and just retire. And again, man, he put his heart and soul into this. Jason Kelce is a beast, a dog, a person guy. Like, you don't really see guys on the O-line get a lot of love from their teams, but Jason Kelce gets a lot of love from the Philadelphia Eagles. Hell, I can't wait, actually, when his time come up and Jason Kelce, well, probably throwing tailgate parties, partying with the fans. Like, it's going to be cool. Like, he's going to be in Philly all the time, but it's just going to be crazy not seeing Jason Kelce suit up. But again, I really legit think it's his last year. I really do. All right, so the injury report came out, and as expected, Bradley Roby is officially out. Knew that, did not participate the past 3 days. We know he's week to week. But Jordan Davis, even yesterday when he appeared on the injury report, it threw us off. He was dealing with a hamstring, but he's reported as questionable. But before we get into the bad news, I guess, about those two, let's talk about the good. We're going to actually see Byard and Reed Blankenship play together. Reed Blankenship even put out there, like, yo, I could have played that last game, but, you know, the doctors, this and that. He sat out, but now he's ready to go. So we will get to see the duo play together. I can't wait to see it. Sam Hawthorne, one of them getting a pick. Reed Blankenship or Kevin Byard getting a pick. I would love for Kevin Byard to get a pick just to get that Philadelphia feel. We know he's from Philadelphia, watched the Philadelphia Eagles growing up, but now he's actually in a uniform. If he could pick off Sam Howell, then the division game, it's probably going to feel good. We know we in FedEx, but it's going to feel like a home game, trust me. But back to the Jordan Davis thing, man, questionable, man. I will say this. With Jordan Davis being out, would it mess up our rotation a bit? Yes, it will. But I believe our D-line will be okay. You got Jalen Carter, you got Milton Williams, you got Marlon T. You know our edge rushers is good. Who comes in behind them? Nolan Smith. We not sure if Barnett gonna be here for too long, but I will get into that. But all in all, our D-line will be okay. Like, we will be fine. Fletcher Cox, I don't know why I'm even forgetting about Fletcher Cox. We will be okay if Jordan Davis had to sit one out, because you don't want him to re-aggravate this thing. But I believe if it's up to Jordan Davis, he will play, but it might be up to the coaches or the doctors or, you know, stuff like that. So if it's up to them, I believe they will let him sit out. If this was like a playoff game or something, I believe Jordan Davis would definitely play. But this is week 7, 8. I don't know why I can't think of the weeks right now. Oh, I just know we said, okay, week 8. This is a week 8 game. We mid-season, and again, you don't want this to linger or be long term. If he got to sit out, play Dallas, and then you get the bye week for everybody to rest up. So I would say don't rush him back, but if he could really play, like it's something he won't re-aggravate, let him play. But it's a possibility it could get worse. Just let him sit out, man. Just let him sit out and let the young guys eat. Maybe they activate Morrow, Jamo. Let some of these dudes eat, man. All right, so let's get into the last topic. The last topic is Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett might be traded. He's on the trading block. And look, I'm not surprised. That's one of the reasons why I think he's getting these snaps. They want to put film out on him. Maybe we could get somebody, or maybe we honestly trade him for Pitts to get him off the books, because a guy like Nolan Smith deserves more snaps. He deserves more snaps. I believe Josh Sweat can play more snaps. But when you put in a Derek Barnett, he takes away those snaps from a better guy. Even the Brandon Graham, like he takes away those snaps. But I believe the Eagles are trying to get film out there for somebody to want them. Somebody take them. We get some type of assets back. But last game, he was decent at stopping the run. Maybe that helped Howie Roseman get him off the books. And it's crazy because Derek Barnett, his rookie year, he was really solid, but that's where he peaked. He peaked his rookie year. And I believe the Eagles were holding on to him because of the Brandon Graham thing. A lot of people don't know, but Brandon Graham was a late bloomer. Like, it took him years to get better, but eventually he got better. That's why I always say Brandon Graham aged like wine, not milk. Whereas though Derek Barnett, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. He don't got the personality for us to love. He's crying that he won out anyway and want more snaps, but for what? He's not really doing anything. It's like, come on. Remember Nick Sirianni first year? Then it's always him. All the penalties, which so far he's been doing good with that. He's been more disciplined. But Derek Barnett got to get up out of here, man. He simply got to get up out of here. But, hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? The Derek Barnett, Jordan Davis, Eli Ritz, Sidney Brown, Jason Kelce might actually retire. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.